Hey, and welcome to this morning's DreamFuel breathwork and visualization session focused on earning your college degree. I'm Alex, and I'll be your guide this morning. I have 2 decades of experience coaching and guiding breathwork and visualization with elite performers from professional sport to the C-suite of the Fortune 500. Before we start, a quick note on why this works. Your breath is the fastest way to regulate your nervous system. Controlled, intentional breathing signals safety to the brain, reduces unnecessary threat responses, and brings the body into a state where focus, clarity, and good decision-making are consistently available. Visualization adds another powerful layer. The brain struggles to distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When you rehearse a state in rich sensory detail, you activate the same neural circuits you'll use in the real moment. Over time, that's how neuroplasticity wires new responses. In other words, you're training your nervous system for how you show up in the moments that matter. State is contagious. The level of clarity and authority in your nervous system is felt immediately by the people around you. Great leaders don't just manage strategy, they manage state. By the end of this session, most people will feel noticeably calmer, clearer, and more grounded. The kind of steady confidence that allows you to move through pressure with presence. Okay, let's dive in. We're going to use 2 tools today, breathwork and visualization. 2 highly potent tools for your mindset. Breathwork calms the nervous system and releases tension from the body, and visualization is a guided talk track which helps reprogram your mind or prepare it for action. Phase 1 of today's practice will be roughly 10 minutes of intense breathwork, followed by the visualization. The breathwork element of today's practice will consist of 3 rounds of just over 2 minutes of breathing. We'll be using the same technique across all 3 rounds, a technique called the power breath, where you'll purse your lips as if holding a straw in your mouth, breathing in as hard as you can through the straw and out as hard as you can out of the straw. For round 1, you'll breathe at a tempo of 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Round 2 will be 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. And round 3 will be 1 second in, 1 second out. I'll remind you of all of this as we go, you don't need to remember. At the end of each round, you'll be taking a short breath hold, where I'll ask you to inhale as deeply as you can through the straw, filling up the belly while relaxing the shoulders, and you'll hold your breath. We'll start at 30 seconds and add 15 seconds on each round. If you can't hold your breath for as long as I'll guide you to, that's absolutely fine. Just start to breathe slowly in and out of the nose whenever you feel the first deep urge to breathe. If you happen to lose your pace while breathing, you can always open your eyes and look at the moving graphic on your screen. You can do this practice seated or lying down, wherever you feel most supported and somewhere where you won't be disturbed. Before we dive in, if you have any neurological, cardiovascular, or breathing issues such as asthma or are pregnant, please do not participate in the breath holds today and reduce the intensity of your practice by about 50% of what I'll guide you through. Instead of holding your breath, simply breathe in and out of the nose before we begin the next round of breathing. It's very common in this practice, particularly the breathing element, to experience tingling or cramping in the hands, the feet, or the face. There's nothing to worry about here at all. If you wish to get rid of that feeling, simply slow your breathing down and come back to nose in, nose out breathing. Okay, let's begin. So finding your space where you can fully relax, settle into the moment, either on the ground or in your chair. Just make sure you're comfortable and supported. And whenever you're ready, just draw your eyes to a close. Just become aware of the expansion of your belly as you inhale. And let it fall back in, collapsing gently on every exhale. We'll get started with our first round of our power breath in about 20 seconds. So as powerfully as you can, in through the straw for 3 seconds, out through the straw for 3 seconds, letting the belly fully expand on the inhale and fully collapse, pulling the belly in towards the spine on every exhale. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. In, out, out, out. In, out, out, out. In, 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 out, out, out. In, out, out, out. In, out, out, out. Keep it going. Breathing as deeply as possible, filling up the lungs as much as you can on the inhale, then squeezing all of the air out, pulling the belly in towards the spine as you breathe out. This practice is about depth. It's not just about speed. We're getting deeper into the lungs on every inhale and forcing more air out on every exhale. Keep it going. You may feel resistance in this first round to the breath. Just keep going. Focus on the next breath, commit, and pierce through any resistance with every single exhale. Keep it going. Make sure you've got that. Keep it going. Make sure you've got that straw in the mouth, pursing the lips, pulling the air in through the straw, pushing it out through the straw. Keep it going. We've got 15 seconds, then we'll go for our first breath hold. Keep breathing. And we'll hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the straw. Fill up the lungs as much as you can, all the way to the top. And hold the breath. And we'll release the breath in 3, 2, 1. Let it go with a sigh out the mouth. Full release, full exhale. To ground yourself with the breath. And we're in for our next round. 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out, all through the straw as powerfully as you can. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In, out, out. 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 Keep it going. Full expansion of the belly. And full collapse as you breathe out, pushing the air out through the straw as forcefully as you can. Keep it moving. In this second round, we're focused on the exhale. What are you letting go of with every single exhale? What are you currently holding on to that is no longer yours to hold? Flush it away with every single exhale. Let it go. Any beliefs, any worries, any fears that are holding you back, release them. Let them go. Keep breathing. Getting deeper with every single breath. Recommit to the breath every single time. See if you can get 5% more air into the lungs on every inhale. Keep it moving. All the way through to the end. We'll go for our next hold in 15 seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the straw. Fill up the lungs all the way to the top. And hold your breath. And release the breath in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. At the mat with a sigh. Full exhale, full release. Ground yourself with an in-breath and an out-breath. And we've got one final round of breathing. It's a slightly shorter round, but it's more intense. 1 second in through the straw, 1 second out through the straw as powerfully as you can. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In, out, 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 in, out. Keep it going. Final round. Again, just recommit yourself to every single breath. We're still getting as deeply into the lungs on every inhale as you possibly can. In this final round, we're focused on that inhale. What are you inviting back in? We've created a lot of space with the breath so far. What are you looking to fill it with? What intentions? What ambition? What joy? What gratitude? What love? Pull it in with every single inhale. Keep going. All the way through to the end. We've got 15 seconds and we're going for our final breath hold. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in one final time, all the way to the top. And hold your breath. And we'll release the breath in 3, 2, 1. Let it go with a sigh out of the mouth. Full release, full exhale. And just come back to nose in, nose out breathing. No need to count or do any work. Just settle into a relaxed breathing rhythm. And with every exhale, sink deeper. Sink deeper. The fabric of your gown moves softly as you walk. There's a subtle swish with each step, the material brushing gently against itself, catching the air as you move. It's unfamiliar, slightly heavier than your usual clothes, but it carries something with it, significant. The cap sits firmly on your head. You reach up briefly, adjusting it. Your fingers brush against the edge, feeling the structure of it. The slight texture beneath your fingertips. It's not entirely comfortable, but that almost makes it more real. Around you, people move in the same direction. A sea of black gowns, small variations, different shoes, different expressions, different energy. Some people talking quietly, others laughing, some standing in stillness, taking it all in. Each one carrying their own story. Your story. The air is warm. There's a gentle breeze that moves through the space, brushing lightly across your face, slipping through the fabric of your gown. It carries sound with it, voices blending together, distant conversations, the occasional burst of laughter, the click of cameras capturing moments that won't come again. You walk toward your seat. The ground beneath your shoes is firm, each step landing with quiet certainty. You notice the rhythm of it, the pacing. Not rushed, not slow, just present. You arrive. Your chair awaits among many. You turn slightly, lowering yourself into it. The seat is solid beneath you. The structure of it holds your weight. Your hands rest lightly on your legs, fingers brushing against the fabric of the gown. You take a breath. And for a moment, you just sit. The ceremony hasn't fully begun yet. There's movement all around you. People shifting in their seats, adjusting their caps, looking around for familiar faces in the crowd. You hear names being called out somewhere in the distance, spoken with pride, with energy. You look out. Rows of people stretch in front of you. Beyond that, families, friends, loved ones, faces scanning, searching, smiling, waving. The colors of their clothing stand in contrast to the uniformity of the gowns. Somewhere in that crowd, people who know what this means for you. You feel it. Not as a sharp emotion, but as something deeper. A quiet sense of arrival. Your gaze softens, and as you sit there, memories begin to surface. Not in a rush, not overwhelming, just gently rising. A late night. The soft glow of a desk lamp. The rest of the room dark. The texture of paper beneath your fingers, notes spread out, pages turned, the slight scratch of a pen moving across paper. A moment of frustration. Something not clicking. Reading the same paragraph again and again. A subtle tension in your jaw, the heaviness in your eyes. Then, the moment it finally made sense. The shift. Small but powerful. You feel that again now. Another memory. Walking into a class where you didn't feel fully prepared. The quiet self-doubt, the comparison, the questioning. And then staying anyway. Showing up anyway. That matters. You feel the chair beneath you again, grounding you back into the present. A voice comes over the speakers, clear, amplified. The ceremony begins. Words are spoken. You listen, but not to every detail. It's more the tone, the rhythm, the sense of collective recognition, the acknowledgement of effort, of time, of commitment. Names begin to be called, one by one, each name followed by applause, rising, falling, a steady cadence. You feel your heartbeat a little more now, not fast, just present. You glance down briefly at your hands. They're still, relaxed, but there's energy beneath the surface. You listen as names continue, each one representing years of effort condensed into a single moment. And then, your name is called. It lands clearly, clean, recognizable. For a fraction of a second, everything else fades. You stand. The movement feels smooth, almost automatic. Your body knows what to do. Your feet reconnect with the ground, steady beneath you. You step into the aisle. The walk begins. There's a subtle shift in your awareness now. Everything feels slightly slower. Each step more defined. You hear the applause begin to rise, but it's not overwhelming. It's layered into the background, like a wave that carries you forward. You notice small details, the texture of the ground beneath your shoes, the way the fabric of your gown moves with each step, the temperature of the air against your face, the light ahead, brighter near the stage. You approach. The steps leading up. You lift your foot, place it down, then the next. The stage is firm beneath you, it's solid and elevated. You feel the difference immediately as you walk forward. Someone stands waiting. You make eye contact. There's a moment of recognition, not personal but human. A shared understanding of what this moment really represents. You reach out. The handshake meets yours. Warm, firm, real. You feel the pressure, the contact, the brief connection. Congratulations. The word lands. Simple, but full. You take the diploma. The paper is smooth beneath your fingers, slightly thicker than expected. The edges crisp. The weight of it subtle but meaningful. You hold it for a moment, and you turn. The crowd opens up in front of you. A wide expanse of faces, colors, movement. The light shifts slightly as you change direction. You scan, without trying to find anyone specific, but you feel them. The people who matter. The people who supported you. The people who believed in you even when you weren't sure. You walk across the stage, then down, back toward your seat. Each step now carrying something different. A sense of completion. You sit back down. The chair meets you again, but this time, you're not the same person who stood up. You place the diploma gently in your lap. Your fingers rest on it. You feel the texture again. Real. Earned. You exhale slowly, and the realization begins to settle in more fully. You did this. Not perfectly, not without doubt, not without moments where it would have been easier to step away. But you stayed. You showed up. Again and again. Even when it was uncomfortable. Even when it was uncertain. Even when progress felt slow. That's what this represents. Not just knowledge. Not just completion, but commitment. You sit there, feeling it, letting it integrate. The ceremony continues around you. More names, more applause, more moments of recognition, but you're slightly removed from it now. Not disconnected, just grounded in your own experience. You glance down at the diploma again, then back up. The space feels different now. Not because anything external has changed, but because you have. A chapter has closed, fully. And there's something about that. Something about that creates space. And you feel it. A subtle openness. A sense that something new is available now. Not defined yet, not fully clear, but there. You take a deeper breath. Your chest expands, then softens. You look out again. The light. The people. The movement. And underneath it all, a quiet sense of pride. Not loud or performative, just real. You followed something through. And now you carry that with you into whatever comes next.